Thank you.
Okay, so this immigrant woman that you see standing there behind the Burger King counter, purporting to be an employee, she lied on official police report stating that she saw me harm a person, physically harm a person, or possibly using a weapon. And then she confessed to it, but they kept the police reports on files, and we have identified the police officers. They are going to lose their legs to legal amputation, and that's what I'm working on right now. They've agreed to that, their legs being amputated, including the police officer that you do see. Both police officers that you do see in the video recording, they are going to agree to do so, and they are not going to ask for any retaliation or any sort of parallel situation to me or regarding me. And they're just going to have to accept that. All right? They just showed me that they followed a procedure that is clearly unlawful, clearly instigated, clearly criminal in nature, even though they represent the law. So they're just going to have to accept it. I'm showing you guys how calm I am in doing my job. But all of this has to be erased off the files. And if people are combative in us doing that, and in presenting that we do have official documentations and authority to audit and investigate law enforcement and affiliates, then they are going to have to succumb to punishment, legal punishment, lawful punishment, but they're going to have to, surrender to punishment. I am not joking around with you guys. You guys are going to regret all of this, and you guys are going to be in pain, excruciating pain, without me having to be violent myself or instructed any sort of gang-related or criminal violence toward anyone, any sort of violence. I'm warning you guys. You guys are going to spend 10 years in jail, or you say yes to losing your fucking limb. That's how things work in America, apparently, and I want the world to know. And you guys tell me whether it's wrong or not, without any detriment to me or the Central Intelligence Agency or INTERPOL in doing our job. I'm warning you guys, and you guys are not part of INTERPOL yet. You guys have clearly communicated that to us, the folks working for the Federal Bureau of Investigation and so forth. So, this police officer just provided me a document stating that there is a trespass program between businesses. They secretly contracted each other to recognize that if a person is given a trespass warning in one business, one of those businesses, that person is automatically, rejected at every other one of these businesses listed. And that's completely irrational, unlawful. It's completely unconstitutional. And whoever requested that this particular document be provided to me will be exiled out of the United States if we have approached that particular person to discontinue that sort of activity in secret or expressed if they are related to what I've detailed consistently. I am not a homeless person. I was audited in this particular area, and this is what I wanted you guys to understand. Okay? So, sir, okay. So you did provide me this, right?
Yes.
You did provide me this. Okay.
Here you go. Here's your copy.
All right.
Have a good one.
You guys have a nice one. I'm gonna walk out of here very soon.
Huh?
I'm gonna walk out of here. I'm not gonna stay here. I'm just gonna place this in my backpack. You guys can walk out. So yeah, guys, I spoke with with some of the officers last night. So this particular video recording, you're gonna see segments of it, and this particular segment, well, the previous segment, I'm pretty sure you're gonna see my facial profile and so forth. This particular video recording, you're gonna see my facial profile and stuff. But yeah. Well, obviously, but this is what happened. I spoke with some of the police officers, some of the law enforcement officers, and some of the federal agents and so forth, and they said that Matt Damon wants to prove that he wrote the Jason Bourne series because he found out that I created the concepts for all of these movies, and I somewhat covered it up with my book, my original book sketch, the New Societies, the original New Societies, which was a book sketch. Essentially is what I'm saying to you guys. The New Society's concepts and apperceptions of an Eastern Caribbean model of commonality is slightly covered up that I did, write the concept for Jason Bourne, the movie series. I did write the concept for a lot of movies that were placed out there. I even wrote scripts for some of the movies, popular movies out there. And that's not even that serious to me at this particular point. But he wanted to prove that he was the real Jason Bourne, that he's a real secret agent and this and this and this and that. And he'd rather have me arrested and destroyed rather than disclaim or, having anything to do with the screenwriting, the script writing, the conceptualizing, and all of that. Just a greedy young man. But he's about to be he's about to fake his death within a few weeks, and he's going to move to Canada. I'm speaking of Matt Damon, and a young man who acted, a very popular male actor, white actor who acted in the movie Safe House, aside Denzel Washington. That young man, that very popular male actor, that white male actor. I'm not speaking of Denzel Washington, obviously. He said, they both sat there and said, well, send a lookalike, an average good-looking white boy, and show what an average good-looking man looks like. I caught them. They bought it. These two officers that you see in the earlier video recording, they signed up. The woman signed up to act like a lesbian for the rest of her life instead of going to jail. And she, instead of going to jail, and she also signed up to allow her husband's leg to be amputated, one or both. And she also signed up to trick that white young man into losing both his legs. Okay? Well, he's going to say yes to losing both his legs instead of spending 10 to 15 years in prison for literally conspiring to murder an individual, for having signed coroner reports saying that that individual died or is in the process of dying, and all kinds of stuff. We recorded their conversations without them knowing it. So stop saying that I'm a bad person. Some of these folks are military affiliated. They used to be in the United States military. They might try to cover it up, but they're in trouble. They're not going to get away with it. Okay, so over the next few weeks, over the next few months, everyone involved will be fired. All of the files will be confiscated. Falsely purporting me and colleagues of the Central Intelligence Agency falsely report. Once again, over the next few weeks, all complicit agents, officers, and associates will be fired. And that does not include me, whether you believe I'm employed or not by the Central Intelligence Agency or any law enforcement agency or contractor. Okay, they will be fired, and all files of relation purporting me as criminal or criminal-minded or criminal-intended or malicious or unethical will be removed. And we are going to do so without breaking the law, without being violent or instigative at all, but we are going to do so. And speaking of the Central Intelligence Agency, and we are not going to have masks or guns, we are going to have lawyers, affidavits, and everything else necessary to do so. All right, I just wanted you guys to know that. I got you guys good. Do not think anything else other than what you guys hear me say in the video recordings. Take it seriously. What homeless man? I caught you guys good. Yeah, so as scheduled, we caught the police officer saying, well, if he does not, overreact and punch the police officer and so forth, we're pretty sure he's going to go next door to the Popeyes, and we're just going to have our juvenile sit there at the Popeyes with dreadlocks and about 16, 17 years old, and then he's going to catch the bus and this and this and this and that, and we're just going to say that they're escapees. That some of the workers at the juvenile or the prison system let out of confusion. That's what these white men and their colleagues were actually saying. The Central Intelligence Agency, we actually documented and recorded all of that. I just want you guys to know that this is a lawful audit and investigation, and we have been lawful in prosecuting and having convicted the police, the law enforcement, and former and current who have been, convicted or are merely penalized. And some of them have been literally convicted, for conspiracy to defraud the United States government, murder, all kinds of stuff. Stop saying that I'm annoying people or harassing people who are having happy lives with their family members. That's not how life works. And learn the fucking lesson and get it. That's the point. That's one of the goddamn points. Do you guys understand? That's one of the points, I'm sure of it. Stop hurting innocent people. Stop instigating disbalance in family units. Stop instigating conflicts in communities and neighborhoods. Stop instigating stuff. Quit. Quit initiating, instigating, inducing criminality. I am warning you guys. There is nothing to look into my records, into my vaults, into my Central Intelligence Agency emails, files, whatever. There's nothing to look up. And I'm not joking around with you guys. You guys got caught, and don't think anything else. Time to prepare to move to Canada if you guys don't want to spend the rest of your lives literally in a prison cell. Not a group, not a cell of operatives, and no, a prison cell behind bars, not behind a law license or having passed the bar or being part of the bar in this state or that state. You guys are not protected by that. When a person says, I'm going to put you behind bars, they are speaking about putting you behind prison bars, not behind the protection of any bar association. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? No more games. Move on with your lives to Canada. You guys might be able to receive some sort of level of clemency, and the Jehovah's Witnesses Church, they will be able to help you guys out until you guys become residents and citizens of Canada, so you guys can get social insurance and stuff of that, disabilities and things of that nature. Get the fuck out of my country is what I'm supposed to say, but I'm gonna nicely say it. Move forward with your lives. You guys no longer have wives. Your wives have snitched on you guys. They have requested protective services, white and black alike. Go on with your lives. Okay, guys. So this is what you guys need to understand. I had to go undercover, slightly undercover, I guess. You know, I'm finishing up my field work, my field article, and I want you guys to understand. I do have a child with Vanessa. Well, I do have offspring with Vanessa Bryant, the purported wife of Kobe Bryant, or the purported belated Kobe Bryant. And Kobe is not going to help anyone, arrest me or anything like that. That's just not going to happen. I'm not going to get arrested. None of that is going to happen. And Kobe is not going to get Vanessa back. He'll be able to eventually, when we are done raising the two kids that she is contracted to procreate with me. When we are done raising those kids competently enough, maybe he might be able to re-enter into a life. But he has been, I'm not joking around. I'm not going to lose my wife over this situation, all right, in getting my wife back. I don't care what you guys have to say, all right? I'm going to continue to procreate with these women that I've procreated with, almost 3,000 over the past 23 years, in all honesty, 23, 24 years, in all honesty. I'm going to have more kids with them. I'm going to have more kids with them, children with them. My biological genetic children with them. Okay, I'm going to have more kids with them. I don't want you guys misinterpreting what I'm saying. And do not say that I'm a junkie, that I cannot find where my right bank account is. Just stop with that. You guys are not going to argue that one of my ex-girlfriend or ex-wives or my current purported wife is LeBron's girl. No revenge. No revenge over Savannah. Listen up. No revenge over Savannah. No revenge. LeBron, you are not getting any light-skinned woman. You're not getting any beautiful brown-skinned woman. You're not getting a wife and a mistress or a bitch or a girlfriend or whatever the fuck you were saying. I don't like cursing, but I think that you only understand me when I use these terms. I've spoken to this young man before, and he does not understand anything that has to do with law. That might be his strategy, but I understand it. Okay? Listen, young man. You have not won anyone's woman. You are going to jail for the rest of your life, or you're going to get the hell out of my country, and you're going to be stuck at a medical apartment, a medical condo, a bungalow in the GTA, the General Toronto area, in Toronto. For the rest of your life, you have lost. I have made my decisions. I have 2 kids with Vanessa. Her firstborn girl, who's a grown woman at this point, obviously, and we have a young kid, an infant. All right? I'm not joking around with you guys. You guys are going to move on with your lives. I got you guys good. And don't ever ask me to prove that I was undercover ever before. I'm tired of having to prove that. How many different variations in my weight do you need to see? I earned my $10 million. It's in my bank account. Stop looking at it. Stop logging into the Scotiabank, review party system, whatever the hell that is. That's just a sting operation. You are not going to get my money, Mr. Kobe Bryant. You are under protective service. I'm sending you to Canada for at least 7 years and possibly more. Okay? You guys have to learn that the privilege that you guys thought you guys had, that disrespected people's marriages and romantic relationships, has come back to haunt you guys. Have come back to haunt you guys. Learn the lesson, and I'm not going to learn that lesson later on. I was not only the person who did not endorse it. I was not only the person who was a subject to it. I was the person who analyzed it and assessed it as a very objective, competent, and professional individual. I am so sorry to have to reveal this to you guys. You guys are not going to prove anything to me that I said is not true, because I don't work based on bias or subjective thought. Everything is empirical, based on evidence, based on standard procedure, and based on the law. And if you don't want to believe in the law of any particular country or jurisdiction, at the least we, law enforcement and security operatives, believe is somewhat accessible, is ethics. If you do not believe in the law, believe in ethics. If you believe in ethics, I'm almost sure of this. You always correspond with the law. Be good. I'm not joking around with you guys.